Oh, $3. She ain't got to pay $3. Well, give me one. Okay. She ain't got no shit. Everybody else ain't delivering property. You know what the bus? Yeah, it's somebody else. I'm like, no, wait a second. That's right. What other color she got? It's just this color. you one-on-one with God. Just thank Him for everything. I'm going through stuff right now in my life, but I'm still thanking Him. Thank you, Lord. I'm going through this different trials and tribulations, but I'm still going. Thank you, Lord. You're worthy, Lord. I still love you, Lord. Praise the Lord. God is everything. You are everything, God. I just want you one-on-one right now. Wondering what I'm doing right now? Just one-on-one with God right now. Thank you. Yes, Lord. It's all about the relationship. It's all about the relationship. And it is about nothing else but the relationship. Because though I'm going through something, I gotta depend on God. My peace. It says, whose mind is stayed on God is in perfect peace. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. We praise you, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for the people that you already took on. We thank you, Lord, for the ones that you have healed. We thank you. We praise you, Lord. You give all the glory and all the honor, regardless of everything. You get it, Lord. You get the honor and all the glory, Lord. Worship you on today, Lord. We put you first, Lord. We put you first. Yes. A lot of times, God is speaking to me. He's telling me, praise me in advance. Don't praise me when you're going through something. Praise me in advance. I always tell everybody a lot of times, you never know what God is doing behind the scenes. He's doing a lot of things behind the scenes. But He says, will you trust me when I'm doing it behind the scenes? Will you stay faithful to me when I'm doing it behind the scenes? Will you love me when I'm doing it behind the scenes? That's what He's asking you right now. That's what He's asking you. He didn't say that we wouldn't have trials and tribulations. He didn't say that we will always stay well, but will we trust Him? In those times we do get sick, will we trust Him? That's what it's about. It's a trust. The only way you can trust Him, you have to have a relationship with Him. You only trust people that you have a relationship with. If you have a relationship with them, you can't trust them. He's so good. So we're going to sing this song one more time. God is bigger. Can we say that? Say God. God is bigger. It's bigger. God is bigger. It's bigger. He's bigger than my situation. He's bigger than my situation. He's bigger than my situation. He's bigger than my troubles. He's bigger than my troubles. He's bigger than my sickness. He's bigger than my sickness. See, there's something in that when you believe that. Your faith, and you believe that, He's already working behind the scenes. You have to trust Him. You just have to believe and trust Him. And the enemy tried to trick me like that. Had some situations going on. And I kind of got out of faith. I was like, Lord, He's kind of hit me out the blue. And I was really just like, Lord, what am I going to do? God told me, He said, my wife talked to me for a minute. She tried to calm me down about the situation, but I still was just worried and kind of fearing and kind of just like, Lord, okay. I shook it up by it. But God told me, He says, don't speak on the situation. Just leave it in my hands. Don't talk about it. Don't talk to your friends. Don't tell nobody else about it. Because you don't want to glorify that situation. Amen. You don't want to glorify what's going on. You don't want to glorify that. You just want to shut it down. Because the enemy's trying to do something, but we cancel out what he's trying to do. And so I said, Lord, for God, okay, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to just trust you. I'm going to trust you through this process. Whatever's going on, I know you're going to work it out. I don't know how you're going to work it out. But I have to trust you. But that all comes back to relationship. Amen. Unless you know me, hand it over to the
Amen. Come on, this is a chance to give God a round of applause. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. Thank you. So while we still, I'm going to stay right here, but Brother DeMarcus is going to come from the American Cancer Society, and he's going to share with us what the society does. Is that all right? Give him a round of applause for me, please.
Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out and supporting Rodney with this his benefit concert and supporting the American Cancer Society. Thank Rodney. It's volunteers like Rodney that are making a difference for the American Cancer Society. And so what he is doing, he's supporting a couple campaigns that we have. One, Real Men Wear Pink, which is a breast cancer awareness campaign. There we go. To get men more involved with being engaged with breast cancer. And is that Maureen back there? Hello. Oh my goodness. Amen. Oh, and the other, oh my goodness. And the other is our Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. And it's a 5K that's taking place tomorrow downtown Tacoma. Right? Yes. And you know, so much of what we do with the American Cancer Society is really based on the volunteers and volunteer efforts. We are a nationwide organization, but there are over 3.5 million volunteers that are part of the American Cancer Society. That are difference in the fight against cancer. So, the avenues, amen. There's the fundraising piece. There are people like Ronnie, there are people like you that support Ronnie, that are raising money and giving donations to the American Cancer Society to help us further our mission. And that mission, quite simply, is to save more lives from cancer and to celebrate the lives of cancer survivors and their family members and their caregivers. And so how do we do that? How does the American Cancer Society fight cancer? What programs and services are offered by the American Cancer Society? There's a myriad. There's a whole bunch. But our biggest goal, one of our main goals, is to increase access to care. There are so many people that are diagnosed with cancer out there that can't get the treatment, can't afford treatment. There are so many people out there who are being diagnosed with cancer at later stages, okay? Because the thing that we do know is that when we find cancer early, stage 1, stage 2, that 5-year survival rate or the chance of surviving, are exceptionally higher. So for breast cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer, yes. It's almost 100%. And when you get stage 2, stage 3, metastatic cancer, when it spreads, that, unfortunately, that chances of survival are decreased greatly. So we try to get the word out. We try to raise awareness around there. But we also, to get these cancer patients, get people treatment, we have volunteers. They're called growth recovery volunteers. Program called growth recovery. I'm sure Ronnie's going to talk a little bit about this when he's up there. We have great volunteers like Martin who will take cancer patients to treatment and back.
I don't have any power cords.
And because, oftentimes, someone's going to radiation. It's might be a 30-minute treatment, but it's 5 days a week for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. So to be able to, find transportation every day for that treatment is tough. It's tough on the individual. It's also tough on the family members. So work recovery volunteers like Marlon and others provide opportunity. It could be 1 day a month, it could be 1 day a week, but it gives the opportunity for the cancer patient to get to their treatment, but also that family member to take care of things that they need to. Because so much what we know is that we love the people in our lives that have cancer. We love them, and we give so much to support them that we oftentimes forget to take care of ourselves. And so that's huge. Find that opportunity. We also have opportunities for people who are traveling more than 3.5 hours away from home for treatment. We partner with hotels and motels, and we work with those hotels and motels to try to get free or reduced rates on their stay. So a lot of people travel to a lot of cancer centers, and so you can imagine the burden of traveling there, right? Having to pay for a hotel, having to pay for food. So this is just one other way that we're able to help out. The American Cancer Society was able to help out. And that really hit close to home when I was working with the Relay for Life at the University of Puget Sound. There was a young lady there, I think she was 18 or 19, was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but every other weekend she had to fly to New York to get her experimental treatment, all right? And so while she was there, every time she got treatment, she was able to stay in a whole lodge for free. Lodging was totally taken care of.
Amen.
There was a kitchen that's available, so it's a common kitchen area, so able to cook food. And it really, again, lessened one of the burdens that was put on her for her treatment. And so that experimental treatment that she took at the time saved her life, and she's doing really well. And it was a treatment that was funded by American Cancer Society researchers, and now that is the main treatment regimen for her cancer. So at the time she did it was experimental. So those are two huge things, and then the research. The research is huge for the American Cancer Society. The American Cancer Society has funded countless, hundreds of researchers, and we continue to fund many more. And the track record is pretty good. We've been able to fund 47 Nobel Prize winners in the area of cancer research. pretty much every advance that's been made in the area of cancer and cancer treatments has gone, the American Cancer Society has played a part of it, and I'm really proud of that. A lot of people, want to knock organizations, knock the American Cancer Society, well, your money goes to this or your money doesn't go to that. We really work hard to be good stewards of the dollars for every dollar that we take in, or every dollar that's raised, So the research, the education, awareness, and also to provide cancer patients, their family members with just really top quality information. So wherever anyone is in this country, they can call, our 1-800 number. So 1-800-ACS-2345 or 1-800-ACS 1-800-227-2345. And there's someone on the other line, there's someone on the other side of the line to help them. If someone says, hey, I've been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I really don't know what that means. Well, this is what it means when you're stage 3. These are your treatment options. These are questions that you should ask your doctor. This is what you can expect from the side effects of the treatment. All that information is provided to them from someone else, an individual on the other side of that line. And that's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if someone is not able to, if someone doesn't speak English, all right, if you don't speak English, we partner with AT&T, and once we, whoever's on that other side is able to find out what language someone is speaking, we're able to get translators to get that information to them in their native language.
Amen.
And how we know this system works, is that most of our call volume is coming in between like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Any reason why anyone kind of want to take a guess? Exactly. That's when cancer patients or the family members have all this stuff going through their head. They're not able to sleep, but there's someone there that can reach out to them or that they can reach out to and help answer a lot of those questions that they have. So those are just some of the ways that the American Cancer Society is making a difference in fighting cancer. If you are interested in maybe volunteering for one of the programs or learning more, like I said, you can call that 800 number, 1-800-227-2345. So 1-800-ACS-2345, or you can go to our website, cancer.org, and you can get the same information there, and you can also see what resources are available here in the community, not just American Cancer Society resources or programs, but resources and programs from other organizations. So we want to make sure that anyone who's diagnosed with cancer has information that they need to help them through this journey. And that's what we're here for. And I want to say thank you again so much.
Amen. That was some great information there, just in case anybody was wondering about what their services are and what they do, so that you guys can have a better understanding of what this event is, not only what this event is about, but also what the funds raised through this event is going to go to. I can recall when my grandmother was fighting cancer, I remember her first round of treatment. I was about 15 years old, and I remember all summer long spending my summer basically riding back and forth with her to Madigan Army Hospital for her to receive her radiation and her chemo therapy treatments. And I can't quite remember how we got out there and back each time. I don't even remember that part. I just remember being out there all day, and traveling back and forth. And I was so happy when they brought back the report that the cancer was gone.
Amen.
And that we were able to try to resume some semblance of a regular life, because she was also my mother. Amen. So I really appreciate you guys and everything that you do. I just pray that God just continue to use you guys and your program. Yeah, so that we can see some real change take place, and to see people respond and help at a rate that we see some major breakthroughs concerning the cure for cancer. Amen.
Amen.
Praise God. So, yeah, you can also turn back over to Rodney. Rodney's really quick to turn to hit me on the hook. It's all good.
He's trying to run off on me. Oh, bless to be in. I mean, it's just, I always program always want to give back to the community, right?
Amen.
So always come in there and give. Is that all right?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yes.
Every event that Rodney and I have ever partnered on, that we've ever done, any event that I've been doing, and I invite him to come out and help or take part in that event. That is one of the other things that is for sure, that Rodney will come out to see someone blessed.
Yes.
He will come out to see someone blessed. And he'll go out of his way to make sure that he gathers things in order to bring to bless his people with.
Yeah.
Amen. So do I have some coffee drinkers? Coffee drinkers. Okay, come. I got some coffee for a coffee booth. This booth is on in Tacoma. It's on 38th Street. They get a bunch of free coffee tickets. My coffee drinkers. Where my coffee drinkers at? Right here.
All right. Amen. Amen.
Well, you got some excellent coffee. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, thank you. Praise it.
Redeem those for your free coffee.
Yeah.
So there's no waste.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Who my makeup is at? Who my wearing makeup? Makeup ladies, come on, I got makeup kit for you.
Makeup kids.
A makeup kit. Yeah, come on, yeah, come on. Help me out, bro. Help me out. Alright, here we go. I got makeup kit. I got you up here. I got you. Go my baby. Go ahead. Hygiene kit for my man now. Forget about us. Hygiene kit for my man. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
We got another ID kit. Hey, but this is Washington, right? Yeah. How many of us in Washington are real Washingtonians and know that it can rain at any moment in Washington? Who's an umbrella in the house?
Look at the umbrella.
I have to Washingtonians go use an umbrella. I know half of Washingtonians don't use umbrellas.
Hallelujah. The hygiene kit. You got the hygiene kit?
Right here.
Alright. Hey,
Like any that.
Woo! Hey, kids. Great kids I got color books, right? Color books.
Color books. And anyone else in my car?
Amen. Come on.
Blessed to be a blessing.
Alright. Quick question, get some coffee. Get some coffee. We still got coffee.
Wait. We got more coffee up here.
Hey, we got a little light. Need a light in the dark. Yeah, everybody still in the dark. I got it right here. Alright, here we go. What's the baby driver up there? What's that? That shirt?
Got that
Royal shirt. Royal blue shirt. Yeah, look like
Got
that's
that right there.
the
Yeah, he's ready to wear.
Come on,
You're supposed to coffee to the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we got, man, Corey. That's a little merch. my birthday was. Amen. But I would consider it a man bag necessarily. Yeah. Feeling the cold. Bishop coming and share a story, but he's always traveling up and down the highway. I just want to be a blessing to him. It's an air pump, can't just flat.
Amen. Oh, yeah.
Come on, we still giving out stuff. Let's keep giving out stuff. Come on. Where am I? Oh, I got to here.
I know there's at least one spark.
Check that out. Yeah. Come on, man. I need this guy to find it too. Yeah, we have to go. Come on, we got
Dad, you can pay me when we get home and go right to sleep.
He doesn't need this. Anybody else would like to have a kid? Oh, listen.
I don't even know what this is. Yeah, we got a water filter. Hey, I don't know about you. If you live in an area, really?
You got water filters, yeah, come on. We bless you some folks. God is good. Come on, give God a round of applause. Get back to your room. There you go. All right, you guys. All right, here we go. Yeah. Catch. Amen. So, I know you guys do a lot of stuff in the community also. Who knows somebody with a baby? Anybody know somebody with a baby? I know someone who's about that man. Give it her. You got a young lady. Yeah. Who's Sarah this summer? Amen. Yeah, guys. I appreciate it. Listen. Yeah. Got the makeup here. Oh, do we get all the ladies to the makeup? Yeah, there you go. I like those. It makes you feel being blessed. Hands be bottom. Get y'all this. That's all right. So that's what it's all about, guys. God bless me to be. Watch this. How many families have a box? How many families have a box? Yeah, not bad. How many families? This is my ultimate surprise. Who like Christmas lights? Alright, listen to this, watch this. How many if I listen to this, let me share this. I don't normally do this. I am a supervisor, security supervisor at Huawei. And in December, we do Christmas lights. How many of y'all put your hands up? Hey, before I leave, I need to get your name and your phone number, and I'm gonna text you my number. And the day that you guys want to come to while wait for the Christmas lights, call me and I'll meet you at the front gate. And these gentlemen and this young lady, they tell you, listen, I'm a man of my word. I want to see folks come and have fun and just enjoy life. Forget what's going on. Just come into the park and have fun. Is that all right? That's what my name is about, right? I keep sharing that God gives me favor with man so I can be a blessing to others. It ain't no fun being wealthy and having it all and can't share it. Right? You got to share what God is doing for you. You got to share what God is giving you because I learned through my travel from 50-some years, that I know y'all didn't think I was 50, did I? Shit, y'all up. I didn't rock the whole lot. Negro's 39 all day long. Through my travel of 50 years, I learned that it's better to give than to receive. My blessing comes not from man, it comes from God that opens doors and eyes and hearts and mouth of man to bless them. See that? I learned that. When I learned that and realized that, I always open up doors to be a blessing to people. Amen. Always. Even when I go through trials and tribulations, I take it in and say, it's not about me, it's for somebody else. Amen. Is that okay? Because I never know when I'm going to need somebody to pray for me. I never know when I'm going to need somebody to help me across the street. God said, show yourself friendly. Gain a friend. Amen. Watch this. The key in that, gain. See, because gain comes from establishing a relationship with something greater than you. That's right. I was saying I was going to be nice tonight. I was just going to talk another here and there. So, look, we got somebody coming to share the testimony. Make sure I get your name, and that's in my heart. I want to make sure we do that, and I want to make sure I do that. So, Corey, this for you, Corey. Hey, go float out in the river or something. It's a floater, brother. It's a floater. You can take.
Oh, that's the business.
Yeah, that's the it's the real deal. You can go float.
Yeah, that's the business. I don't.
Because you can't swim.
Hey, I don't play in water. I play on water. Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. Hey, God, dude. So listen, I got my good friend, my brother, and Real Man Wear a Pink. He's going to come and share his testimony. Hey, before let's do something like this before we do this. Hey, let's get all the vendors to come in right there. I'll get you right after these vendors. Everybody, is that okay? I know you're ready.
Come on.
Nervous. He's the rest of my legs. Hey, this is I'm an advocate for Real Men Wear Pink. I know the Marcos have shared that with you guys, but I'm an advocate for Real Men Wear Pink. This is my 3rd year here in the city of Washington, and it's just about raising money so we can help researchers do what is necessary for our family members, our loved ones, our neighbors, our friends, our brothers, our sisters. Come on, guys. They nervous too. I got this first lady right here. You're around her. She is so nervous. You come on. Yeah. I let me go one at a time. Okay, go on. That's fine. I need some support. She turned around and said, hey! So I know she was a little nervous. They're going to sit right there. But yeah. You got to stand all the way up here. Hey, watch the camera. We live right here. So. Yeah, leave that over right there. We live. Tons of people all on the East Coast. My family's from the East Coast, so they're all watching. I got about 40 to 45 people watching right now. All the way on in Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey. My family's on the phone right now. All right, here you go. Come on. Tell us your name and what you do and tell us what your table is that you have back there.
It is lucky that I'm passionate about my business, otherwise I might just scream and run. Well, thank you very much for making me the first one, so I can get to shake that on the microphone. I think everybody will leave the fight soon. So I want to make sure everybody stays in the church, so I'm going to say. No, but representing a company called a fair trade organization called Trades of Hope. It is amazing. It is all about basically empowering women out of poverty, out of the sex trade, out of the slums and brothels, all of that. So my job is basically to empower these women to create sustainable jobs for them so they can have a dignified life, so that good work. You did all passion already. All right. No, so what I do basically is Trades of Hope creates an opportunity for these women. These women, it's not that they don't lack skills. They lack the opportunity. Women in Nepal, Uganda, Guatemala, Haiti. Oh my gosh, my favorite products are from Haiti. But what we do is these women make these beautiful handcrafted products, like bags, jewelry, soap, different things like scarves, this scarf right here, these earrings, all of our breast cancer awareness. That's what they make. And then my job is I get to bring it here and I get to sell it. And that puts an income in these beautiful women's pockets so that they can feed their babies, they can put clothes on their babies, on their backs, they can support their friends and their family. And gosh, who doesn't love to buy beautiful products made for this purpose, made to empower women and made to change the world. So that's what I'm here, that's why I'm here, that's what I'm passionate about, changing the world and helping women to live a dignified life and be the hero of their own story. I am here so that we can all be a voice for women without a voice.
Thank you. Give a round of applause. Yeah. This is my sister. First of all, this is my sister, AKA. This is my first lady. Is that her? This is my first lady. I'll tell y'all that story later.
Hello, my name is Taisha, and I am here as an independent consultant with Paparazzi, and we sell $5 fabulous jewelry that is lead and nickel free. So I just started this back in July, and I love how the jewelry makes me feel. I'm sure all of you women that wear jewelry, how it makes you feel fabulous. I see a lot of people out here with jewelry on. So I have a table in the back, and I would love for you to come and see me. I've been doing this only since July. I didn't know much about paparazzi when I started this. As Minister Lucas said, he was a member at my church. Me and my husband have been in ministry out here in Tacoma for almost 8 years. We have a child care center as well that has been in business for 3 years. So I just love family. We've been married for almost 25 years next month. We have 4 sons. So we live in family, love children, and I love to make women feel beautiful. So that's what I do.
Amen. Yeah. Just pop up now. Let's go.
Okay, I'm here to talk about something that's really cool and something that nobody was going to know. So I am here with Primerica. Primerica started as A.L. Williams. They do buy term life insurance and invest the difference. Nobody wants to talk about life insurance, right? Because we're all bulletproof. But we all know somebody that has passed away before it was really time for them to go. So we do that. The least expensive life insurance that you can get is term. And we cover you until you are self-insured. The idea that what I do is making such a huge difference in people's lives because, like a GPS, if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. So if you think that you can pay everybody else and then save what you have left, there's nothing left. So get a plan. I will sit down with you. I will do a plan for free. You will know what your financial independence number is, the amount of money you need from the first day of retirement through the end of your life expectancy. Because guess what? Nobody wants to go back to work at 70 because they ran out of money in retirement either. So I have a cure for that. So that's what I do.
My name is Lloyd. So I'm actually here for a few different reasons. First of all, here to support the cause. Thank you for hosting a cancer benefit. When I heard it was a cancer benefit, I'm here just to support the cause. And I'm also here to try and teach my son, who seems to have ducked out of this part, a couple of life lessons. So he's always been there with me. We've done quite a few Relay for Life. My aunt, well, I've had about 5 people in my family that have not made it through breast cancer. So I always want to help finding that cure. For me, I also work with a lot of seniors, and so I do a lot of visiting when people are in hospitals. I'm terrible at those visits, but sometimes it's just a matter of being there. And for my friends and family that have been through cancer, I never know how to support them. I want them to know that I'm there. I want them to know that just reach out. And so tonight in the back room, we have just a few little gifts that are easy to take along and just give to people. So we've got some of those back there, and I wish it was my son talking about it. But obviously not. So if you see him back there and you can give him a hard time, that's okay. But even when he was really little, I think his first experience with cancer was with my grandmother, and he was 5. So he's been around it for way too long. So helping the fight, looking for a cure.
Amen.
Hi, I'm Kathy L. Wheeler. I am an Aflac agent, and we have a cancer policy, and that's why I'm here, because what? That's okay, I can take it. But we have 2 goals. We help small companies put plans in place for their employees at no cost to the employer. I actually have a daycare that we come and talk to people to help your employees. But at the same time, we also have plans that can help a direct for people who don't work for somebody or work for themselves. So this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's what we're here for. So Aflac does have a cancer policy. We have other plans, but again, we help small companies put practical solutions in place at no cost to the company. It can help on tax breaks. So if you are interested in seeing what we have, just come back there. You can set a quick appointment. I also write romance. So I have about 15 books, and I have some of those back there. Teaching some classes. There's one in Tacoma, an art studio that is just really fun. So I'm Kathy Wheeler, so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, Lord Jesus. You want to stay down there?
Hi, I'm Zenobia from Blintastic T-shirt. I'm here for the cause as well. Have quite a few family members that went through breast cancer here lately. But to God be the glory.
Yeah.
Made it through, and they're here with us. Not here, but on the East Coast. But we just stuck in the Word and stayed in the Word and standing on God's promises, and they're still here with us. To God be the glory. My company is Blintastic T-shirts. We make any bling churches, just about anything you name it, family reunions, weddings, whatever you need. My best girlfriend in Atlanta, she makes these shirts and then she sends them up to us. So we do have a Facebook page that's under my name, Zenobia Gibson, our Fantastic t-shirts. And you can find me there, or I have cards in the back. Of course, I couldn't bring all the shirts because it's too many, but we have pretty much every shirt that you're looking for, whatever your career field is, we have it. Of course, cancer is the big thing going on right now, so that's great Christmas gifts. You can provide a good Christmas gift for quite a few family members at a less expensive cost. So that's why I'm here, and I thank you for inviting me. Ebony, my girl, Ebony. Thank you. God bless.
So I'm Janelle, and I am the Tupperware lady. That's my little tag. I've been with it for 27 years. So Tupperware also supports women in the fight against breast cancer. We have beautiful blush pink bowls. You need to ask me about that. They're gorgeous. Plus, I've got some inventory back there that I've marked down just to help with tonight. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. And I hope you come see me with Tupperware.
Come on up, Ebony.
My name is Ebony B, and I am an owner and radio personality with Diva Spot Radio. It's a blessing to be out here to support the cause. Cancer has affected me from a little child and into an older woman, but now not only has it affected me, it's educated me to get more aware and to start spreading the news to support, to educate the women that I know and men that I know as well, who's supporting the fight. I've known Rodney for 6 years now. It's been 6 years now. Rodney has been with me from when the station first started in the closet and through a kid and marriage. So we together, Rodney. Not only do I own my own station, I advertise, interview, and promote independent businesses and independent artists. So if you're looking to be interviewed, showcased, and promoted on a global station, just let me know. Diva Spot Radio has been on air for 6 years. Glory to God. Glory to God. I now have 13 other stations under my radio network, and 153 now other radio stations in network with me, as well as a radio personality. I am the Mary Kay lady. So yes, we are doing some things in Mary Kay. You guys make sure you come and see me to book an appointment to get a free facial. Because what I'm going to do, and I wanted to surprise Rodney, is when you come and get your facial and you buy your products, 50% is going back to Man of God Ministry. So I'm just excited to be here tonight. I got my paparazzi on, I got my bling tap. So you guys make sure you come see me. God bless.
All right, that's it. We got something else brewing. Come on. She could have stayed up here longer. Hey, radio personality.
Welcome. I'm here from Abundant Grace Church, and I'm representing Abundant Grace Anointing Oils. We have oils that you can take with you, and you can anoint someone who has cancer. We have deliverance oil, prayer oil, and also healing oil. We believe that you can be healed from cancer. We have a member, like Corey was talking about earlier, we've been touched here at the church with cancer. We've had one gal who went through and had surgery a year ago, went through chemo. She was in remission, but now has returned back. But she believes she's healed. and she's going to stand on that. And we also had another member, I just thought about Jerry, an elderly lady in her 60s, was diagnosed with uterus cancer. Had surgery, went through chemo, and it is gone. So we know what it's like to be touched with cancer. But also, just stop back and grab some oil to be able to take with you for those who want to go reach out to other, people in the hospital or wherever they're at. You can take it with you. So thank you for coming.
Is that it? Is that it? I thought you just ended up. No.
Hi, my name is DeWanda Evans. The owner and manufacturer of AH Lip and Body Butter. The AH actually stands for Anointed Hands. I make a shea butter base, no chemical, no water preservatives, and shea butter beeswax and essential oils. My grandmother had breast cancer for about a month, way back in the 80s. They did a biopsy and pulled the cancer out. She was, after that, she died about 4 years ago. She was 92 years old. All right. I found out that my product, that a lot of cancer patients was using my product to help with their radiation burns. I found that out about my own product. So they kept saying, it really helps. It's shea butter, so it goes past the first layer of skin. It doesn't just sit there. And shea butter is sap from a tree. It goes past, like I said, goes past the first layer of skin, and it also helps move the dark marks. So I've teamed up with Carol Milgard. I've been doing my product for like the last 7 years. I'm in Whole Foods, Amazon. And I'm getting ready to team up with sickle cell. I also make the cannabis for pain and muscle relaxation. And that's the one that they want. It's just, my goal was to make it pain-free, muscle relaxed, and still functional. So like I said, this is a product I make myself. It is going way past what I thought I was going to be doing. I had to ask God to show me the ministry in this. I was like, I'm just making it, maybe some sense, open up pineapple, mango, or whatever. But it was actually helping people in more ways than I could have ever imagined. So my table set up back there, and I'm going to do it until I can't do it anymore because I'm interested to see. I'm curious to see what the end's going to be with this product.
She took off. No, come on. Is that it? No, that ain't it. Come on. She said, yeah. No, come on. Amen. Come on. Want to do it?
Hi guys. Thanks for having me. My name is Maya Brown. This is my husband Ron, and this is our son Roman. And so we are independent distributors of Advocare. I joined Advocare about 4 years ago. We actually both did separately, and so sometimes you can find yourself doing what you love. But for me, what really interested me in Advocare was the fact that it was more than just health and wellness. It was really about helping people get healthy. And it wasn't just for weight loss, but internal health. Internal health is huge. And thinking about breast cancer is something that is really passionate to my heart. I have lost a grandmother to breast cancer. My best friend lost her grandmother to breast cancer. And so it's definitely, sadly, on the rise. And so I'm just here to help empower and encourage, any way I can, especially when it comes to health and just making people aware of how to get healthy from the inside out. So with Advocare, we do anything from weight loss to helping muscle gain to probiotics when it comes to helping your core, your health, your tummy, getting all those things out. We do help with sleep because a lot of people suffer from anxiety and stress. And so Avocare can help with a lot of those things in addition to energy and mental focus. So we have over 80 different products. We can help you in any way possible, and you can always do one-on-one coaching as well as food and nutrition coaching as well. So again, thank you so much for having us.
Amen. See, everybody's cool. You want me to come down there? Like, you want? I know you was kind of high. Not ready yet? Not ready yet?
I have to sound make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Amen. Love it. Anyway, I am Joycelyn. I am with Miriam International. It first started off with skin cancer patients. Instead of treating the cancer, it made their skin look more alive. So from there, they started beauty line, and then they launched. Then they started talking to burn patients. So I have hydrogels back there, and you put them on, it'll cool the burns, it'll heal it, and it'll bring it back to normal. And then I also have, instead of soap, you know that chemo kills everything on the inside. So they have oils and teas, little creams for the pain as well as another alternative to chemo. And I also have a breast cancer baby that I've been supporting up with. I am Joycelyn. Thank you for having me.
No. Hey, thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and being a part of this event. Ebony, thank you for calling and networking. Thank you for calling and networking. I thank you. I appreciate you guys for trying to make the 11. This is my 11th year doing this. I always said I'm not going to do it this year. And Ebony, she'll call later and say, you know you got to do it next year. I always say that, but each time I say that, I always do it, and keep doing it. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you for supporting the Man of God Outreach and Royal Priesthood teamed up with me. Pastor Corey teamed up with me this year to do it because he had to encourage me to do it because I'm tired. But I enjoy doing it, and it's personal. Like I said, it's so personal for me because every 3 years I lose a woman in my family, so it's very personal for me. This year, last year, this time last year, I lost my grandmother, so it's real personal. It's still fresh. I got some family members watching now, and they asked me, "Don't say nothing about grandma." So I already know they started crying. They're crying now. Sorry, sisters. Sorry, nieces. They are live Facebook and live, and they support me from afar, and I appreciate everyone here that's been supporting me, that getting on board to support me. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Continue to pray for the Man of God Outreach so he can continue to have favor for men, open up doors so we can continue to be a blessing to people, to be a healing to folk that don't get an opportunity to be healed and be seen and to share that testimony. Is that okay? That's what the Man of God Outreach is about. It's not about me. I learned that years and years ago that it wasn't about me. It's about the people that I come in contact with to give opportunity and a platform so God can use them as he sees fit. Clifford. Hey, sir. My big brother. Hey, can you come and just holler a couple syllables of a song? I don't care. So this is my big brother Clifford. He's a real man, wear pink. And he's just been on, listen. He did his federal race on October the 2nd, and his last event was yesterday. So he karaoke for 36 hours. He karaoke for 36 hours. You guys was watching K05 or K5 or 4, whatever it was, that covered him there in Federal Way at the Star Center there in Federal Way. He sung a song for 36 hours. Girl, to raise money for cancer, Real Men Wear Pink, American Cancer Society. I know he's not a horse, but he's talking about just come with this hum something. You get this hum something for me, you like, we gonna get out of here in a minute. I got people stuck in traffic, not gonna make it. That's, wait a minute. You already know. LaMarco, did you supply the shirt?
I did not.
Oh, okay, I just said, we could came up. I need to give you one of these. You know, I'm a church going on. I need a dress shirt that a teacher gonna get. So give me a round of applause for
Cancer touches all of our lives. I have a sister who's a two-time breast cancer survivor. Friend and mentor of mine in the business is also a two-time survivor. My sister is going through some colon cancer. So cancer, it's a deadly thing, and it touches everyone's lives. And I heard someone say the rates are going down. Survival rates are going up. Survival rates are going up. And the key to that is early detection. So whoever, if you know somebody, get them tested. It doesn't matter what age they are, get them tested. Early detection is the key to opening up more and more options for that survival rate to take place. And I don't really have a song, this kind of goes out to my sister. I've had my share. Come on now. Of life's ups and downs, but faith's been kind. Downs have been few, and I guess you could say that I've been lucky. I guess you could say that it's all because of you. If anyone should ever write my life story, for whatever reason there might be, oh, you'll be there between each line of pain and glory, 'cause you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Amen. I got a story for these men. Don't you men go nowhere. Sit tight, ladies. I got y'all too. Give me a round of applause as he comes.
I gotta put this down because I gotta go by the nose. Boy, I've been blessed.
Yeah.
Okay. In June of 2008, I found I had a very small lump below my right armpit. I immediately had the doctor look at it. He suggested it was probably just a cyst. Didn't worry about it. Several months later, I noticed it was growing larger. And since I'd already scheduled my annual physical, I had the doctor check it again. He agreed I should have an ultrasound done. But when he finished my physical, there were several tests scheduled for tomorrow. I had to call his office back and force them to schedule the ultrasound. Several weeks later, during that ultrasound, I knew it was serious. When the supervisor asked to step in and take over running the machine, she kept adjusting the equipment, then started to check my left side also. When she was done, she asked me to wait in the room until the nurse navigator could talk to me. It was over 15 minutes later with Steve for us. She came in with a booklet on breast biopsy procedures for women.
was kind of stunned, but still didn't realize what was coming. I was then scheduled for a biopsy, which really hurt as they hit my ribs several times. As you can tell, there's not much tissue. On January 20th, 2009, which was the inauguration day, at the same time, my wife and I met in a room with a new doctor who gave me my diagnosis. My original doctor didn't even show up. My actual diagnosis was invasive ductal breast cancer, plus a smaller ductal carcinoma in situ tumor. All I remember was the word carcinoma. I pretty much didn't pay much attention to anything else that day. The doctor's office there couldn't schedule my surgery for several weeks and was planning to use a general surgeon. My wife, who works in the medical business, was mad. She said, I'm taking this diagnosis back to my work. So she took it to a breast cancer surgeon she works with. She took one look at it and said, that has to come out, and it's got to come out now. She came back later in the day, told my wife she was leaving on vacation, but she would wait and do my surgery before she left. That was a miracle in itself. I had my mastectomy 2 days later. That was a miracle. Everybody in the hospital said, how did you get that scheduled? There's no way. The Lord knew what he was doing. Amen. The surgeon suspected the cancer might have gone into my lymph nodes. So she removed several of them and had them frozen on the spot, which later showed that 3 out of the 13 removed were cancerous. My cancer ended up being estrogen positive, progesterone positive, HR2 negative, stage 2A. I was stunned again. Side note, I was the 4th man she had done male breast cancer surgery on. She's now done over 15. My wife had often wondered, why was she working for this surgeon all these years? Obviously, it was part of the Lord's plan. That February, I started chemo with 4 sessions of andromycin cytoxin. And then I was scheduled to have 12 sessions of Taxol. But I had to stop after only 6 sessions as I got neuropathy in my feet. The chemo caused me to lose every bit of hair on my body, caused severe mouth sores, and large lesions all over my arms. I looked like I had leprosy. My wife kept the pictures, and every once in a while, people won't believe it, and she'll pull them out, and they go, my word. I also developed lymphedema on my right arm, and ended up visiting the ER twice for an infection in that arm. I still wear compression garments every day, keep it under control. Next, I had 30 radiation treatments. And then in November, I had a lumpectomy on my left breast for a lump that turned out to be benign. Standing joke was we were going to go on a cruise. And the same doctor told my wife that if it was cancerous, she was going to go on the cruise and take my place. The note that came to my wife was a smiley face. Sorry, I guess I'm not going on the cruise. It was benign.
Amen.
In December of that year, I started on tamoxifen hormone treatments until the following May when I had to stop because it caused blood clots in my leg. So I then started on a warfarin to thin my blood and changed to a new one called Arimidex for hormone treatments. I stayed on it for 11 months until I switched to Lupron shots instead of the Arimidex. I was welcomed to the world of hot flashes, night sweats, and mood swings. At least I didn't have the urge to go shopping or to walk home.
Yes, ma'am.
How common is male breast cancer? 1 out of 1,000 men get it. That means in the USA this year, that means there will be about 2,400 of us. The problem is, almost all of us are diagnosed at a much later stage than women. This is probably due to a couple things. Number one, a lack of information about this disease. I've actually had a 50-year-old woman doctor who was astounded when she found out I was on tamoxifen. She said, "Why?" I said, "I had breast cancer." She says, "My, how can that be?" Wow. It just stunned me. It's like, how can people go through medical school and not know that? Number two, the fact that men are unusually stubborn and don't go to their doctor until it's critical. I think most of you women can agree to that. Number three, since they have less breast tissue, it can spread faster. And you men who don't think you have breast tissue, I hate to tell you this, but you do. It may not be developed, but it's there. In December of 2010, during my annual physical, my doctor noticed my PSA was up just slightly. So he referred me to a urologist. After a biopsy of 17 samples, I was diagnosed with stage 3 prostate cancer in March of 2011. I had an open radical prostatectomy surgery. About a year later, I resumed taking the tamoxifen, but mixed it with warfarin at the same time to prevent blood clots. I was finally able to stop those treatments in July of 2015 and finally get off all cancer medications. I am now considered NED, which stands for No Evidence of Disease. In 2013, I started volunteering as a Reach to Recovery volunteer for American Cancer Society to counsel other men with breast cancer. I continue to counsel men and often have phone calls to men all across the USA, as there are very few of us in the program. I don't get calls very often, but sometimes I get 2 or 3 at a time. There's still quite a few of us out there. In 2014, I also started volunteering as a driver for the Road to Recovery program, taking patients to their cancer appointments, as Marco was talking about. I'm a volunteer driver for both King and Pierce County. Little did I realize when I was going through all this stuff, I tried driving myself too many times by myself, probably never should have been. I wasn't aware of this, but I wish I'd known because I would have used this program. There is a great need for more drivers for this program, and if anybody else here has any extra time, you'll find it's extremely rewarding. You can drive as much or as little as you want. I can look at what rides are needed each day, where they're located, where they need to go, and what time they need to be at their appointment. I can then choose what fits my available time. I do have a few brochures with me tonight, if anybody's interested in the program, especially if you want to become a driver, but even if you know of people who need rides. It is an outstanding program. My closing challenges to you are this. Number one, be your own advocate for your health. Watch for any changes in your body and keep track of them. If something gets worse, go see a doctor. If your doctor isn't focused on your health or listening to you, get a new doctor. I have fired 3 of them so far. Be on alert for early detection of any cancer. Get your colonoscopies when needed. Women, get your mammograms on time. Men, get your PSA checked. Women, monitor the health of all the men in your life. They need you to watch over them. Thank you.
Amen. Give Mr. Moore a round of applause. Amen. So listen, this is the part where everybody can participate. Is that all right? Come on. Tell my vendors to come on and give an offering for me. Amen. Get the vendors. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Come vendors. Come vendors, come on with an offering for me.
Regardless of what it is that you may have been through in your life, something that you have been through, that you have made it through, that you're coming out of, can be shared with someone else to give someone else hope. The word says that we overcome the devil by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. So we should never, ever, 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 ever be ashamed of what God has done for us